Welcome back to my channel. Today we will explore in detail how to build power for Artemis, one of the most unique and interesting heroes in DC, Dark Legion. She is not simply a frontline tanky fighter, but also possesses extremely high single target pressure, thanks to her signature passive mechanic that converts all physical defense into attack. This allows Artemis to become an outstanding choice for players who prefer a balanced offensive-defensive strategy, especially when combined with an Amazon team to maximize armor and damage output. However, because Artemis is a limited hero, obtaining and upgrading her requires a truly patient resource accumulation plan. She does not appear in normal banners and is only available during special event rotations with a very long return cycle. Sometimes players have to wait nearly a year to see her banner again. That is why understanding the priority order in the force tree, choosing the right gear attributes, and mastering real matchups will help you maximize her power as soon as you obtain her. First, to understand why Artemis becomes a nightmare on the battlefield, we need to analyze her very special passive mechanic. The biggest difference that completely separates Artemis from normal fighters is her ability to directly convert physical defense into attack power. This creates a very interesting power loop. When you equip items that increase physical defense to make her tankier in the front line, you are also massively increasing her damage output at the same time. Because of this, Artemis does not need to trade survivability for damage like many other heroes. The thicker her physical defense becomes, the more devastating each swing of her great axe will be. Next, Artemis's explosive power is shown most clearly through her ultimate skill. When activated, she selects and locks onto a single target, forcing them into a duel state. During this duel, all of her physical defense is compressed and converted into an enormous amount of physical damage, allowing her to quickly eliminate even the most durable enemies. This is an excellent tool to break through the enemy front line, especially when facing high HP tanks. However, there is one extremely important detail you must remember to avoid having Artemis eliminated too early. Although the dual state grants maximum offensive power, it also comes with a dangerous drawback. Artemis will receive increased spiritual damage. This is her Achilles heel. If the enemy team has strong spiritual damage dealers like Joker John Constantine or Sinestro, they can take advantage of the moment she commits to the duel and instantly burst her down. Therefore, observing the enemy lineup and choosing the correct timing to use her ultimate is the key factor to making Artemis shine on the battlefield. Next, one of the most important factors in optimizing Artemis's strength is resource allocation in the force tree, where mistakes can waste a lot of valuable materials. Since upgrade resources in this system are quite limited, you need a clear and scientific priority path instead of spreading upgrades across all stats. The key here is to fully prioritize special skill nodes first, because they provide energy to use her ultimate faster, increase attack, and increase physical defense so she can survive longer and deal more damage. After completing the core nodes, your next highest priority must be physical defense stats. As analyzed earlier, this is the true source of her offensive power. Increasing physical defense not only makes her stronger in the front line, but also indirectly pushes her damage output to a much higher level. After that, focus on physical penetration to ensure her attacks can effectively break through enemy defenses, and only then move on to other supportive damage stats. Finally, a small but extremely important tip to save resources is that you should only upgrade HP after completing all the priority branches mentioned above. Although HP increases her durability, in an optimized strategy for this hero, the ability to quickly eliminate targets and maximize the defense to damage conversion brings the greatest value in battle. Following this priority order will help you build an extremely powerful Artemis, even with limited initial investment. For Legacy, you should definitely choose her exclusive Legacy and try to upgrade it to 5 white stars, because it helps her deal significantly more damage while in the duel state. Next, one of the deciding factors that truly turns Artemis into a nightmare on the battlefield is how you choose and optimize the stat lines on her gear. In the late game, simply owning high-tier equipment is not enough. You must take advantage of the stat reroll feature to search for the most ideal attributes that perfectly match her skill kit. The highest and most important priority is always percentage physical defense, because as we already know, this stat provides double value. It makes her more durable against physical attacks while directly increasing her attack power in a significant way. In addition, critical rate and critical damage are also extremely important to ensure that every strike during the duel state delivers the highest burst damage possible. If you are lucky enough to obtain gear with activated support set effects, the optimal choice for Artemis is the set that increases attack at the start of battle and before casting her ultimate. This effect not only grants her a massive damage boost to quickly finish off targets, but also provides HP recovery based on her enormous attack power. This is a perfect synergy that allows Artemis to hold the front line confidently, challenge enemy tanks directly, and worry less about being chipped down before she can execute her finishing skill. The reason we prioritize this attack and recovery set instead of shield or temporary immortality sets is because of its consistency and strong synergy with Artemis's playstyle. While other survival effects usually trigger only once or scale with maximum HP, continuous healing from attacks combined with increased damage allows her to maintain constant pressure throughout the entire match. Investing correctly in these stat lines and support sets will transform Artemis from a normal fighter into a true war machine capable of crushing even the most durable defensive lines. Next, regarding the star upgrade path, you must remember that Artemis is a limited hero. She does not appear in normal summons and is only available during special banners with very long return cycles. For free-to-play players, the most realistic milestone is reaching 5 purple stars to unlock her core talents, giving her enough power to carry the team in important content. However, because the waiting time between banners can last nearly a year, you must never spend resources carelessly. Be patient and accumulate a large number of summon items so you can upgrade her immediately when the opportunity comes. Meanwhile, for high investment players who are committed to building the ultimate Amazon team, Artemis is absolutely worth pushing to 5 red stars to fully maximize her physical defense and explosive damage. After optimizing her stats, choosing the right team composition, and understanding real matchups will help Artemis reach her full potential. Her ideal teammate is none other than Queen Hippolyta, who provides physical defense buffs to the entire team, indirectly creating a massive additional damage boost for Artemis. With her skill set, Artemis is the natural counter to the most durable tanks such as Bane, Wonder Woman, and Shazam. She can also effectively control and eliminate powerful warriors like Superman and Supergirl. On the other hand, you must be extremely cautious when facing spiritual damage dealers such as John Constantine, Sinestro, or Joker, because this type of damage can make Artemis disappear very quickly while she is casting her ultimate. Finally, to summarize the strategy for building Artemis, we must always remember the philosophy: defense is offense. Proper investment in physical defense not only makes her nearly unstoppable against physical attacks, but also unlocks enormous damage potential for your entire lineup. However, with new characters like Nightwing coming soon, you should carefully consider how to allocate your resources wisely between different heroes, especially since Nightwing can also synergize well with an Amazon team. I hope these detailed insights will help you create the most effective Artemis build to conquer every challenge in DC Dark Legion. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more exciting videos, and I will see you in the next one.
Amazon attack! By my royal command, Great Hera. Amazon attack! Face my metal! Great Hera. Amazon attack! By my royal command!